Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're demystifying a truly special dish. We're going to walk through the surprisingly easy steps for making Saeng Wa Goong, which is a stunningly elegant Royal Thai shrimp relish. Now, I know when you hear the words Royal Thai Cuisine, your brain probably jumps straight to incredibly complicated, hours-long cooking marathons, right? Well, the real beauty of this specific recipe is that it's actually incredibly simple to make at home. You just need to follow a few very specific, structured steps for prepping your shrimp and your aromatic herbs.
So you might be wondering, what exactly is the secret to easy Royal Thai cuisine? How on earth do we take a prestigious, historically complex dish and make it without spending half our lives in the kitchen? Honestly, it all comes down to how we prep those ingredients, and maybe even more importantly, exactly when we let them hit the heat. It's a literal masterclass in preparation and temperature control that absolutely anyone can nail.
Here is our 4-step flavor-building roadmap. First, a Royal Thai culinary secret. Second, prepping the perfect shrimp base. Third, adding the aromatic herbs. And finally, the final flavor balance.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, a Royal Thai culinary secret, demystifying a traditional masterpiece.
As you'll see, the real magic starts before you even think about turning on the stove. You just divide your ingredients into 2 distinct camps. On one side, we've got our base, which is your freshly peeled and deveined shrimp. But here's the kicker. You've got to separate the actual shrimp meat from the heads and the fat. Then, on the other side, we have our aromatics, finely sliced lemongrass, ginger, kaffir lime leaves, bird's eye chilies, and shallots. Toss in a little chili paste, sugar, and fish sauce, and that's the whole shebang. Keeping these components strictly separated during prep is basically the secret code to this entire dish.
Moving right along to Section 2, prepping the perfect shrimp base, building flavor from the ground up.
Okay, so here is the secret technique. Remember how we separated the shrimp meat from the heads? We do that to squeeze out every last drop of flavor. You start with a pan on the stove, add a little oil, and turn that heat down to low. We're going to slowly fry just those shrimp heads and the fat. Our source emphasizes that the second this fat hits that gentle heat, it releases the most unbelievably fragrant aroma. It creates this rich, beautifully scented oil that literally carries the entire dish.
Once that fat is rendering it smelling absolutely amazing, we hit step 2. You introduce the shrimp meat right into that flavorful oil and give it a gentle stir fry. Cook it just until the shrimp is done. The very second it's cooked through, boom, kill the heat. With the pan totally off, that's when you fold in your chili paste. This keeps the shrimp incredibly tender while soaking up all that glorious, savory fat.
But listen, I have to give you a massive warning straight from the source. Keep that heat low. It is highly stressed that high heat will instantly burn that delicate shrimp fat. And if that fat burns, it goes super bitter, and you've essentially ruined the whole dish before you've even touched your herbs. So patience and low heat are for sure your best friends here.
All right, let's jump into Section 3, adding the aromatic herbs, the sensory explosion. Now, with the pan off the heat but still warm, we fold in our vibrant aromatic mixture. We're tossing in the sliced ginger, the lemongrass, the shallots, and those fiery little bird's eye chilies. At this exact moment, you also mix in your sugar and fish sauce to taste. But wait, do you notice what's missing here? No citrus yet. And that is 100% on purpose.
Man, I can practically smell the kitchen right now just thinking about those fresh herbs hitting that warm, savory shrimp base. The residual heat from the pan and the shrimp is just enough to gently coax out the essential oils from the ginger, lemongrass, and shallots without actually cooking them. It's a neat little trick to preserve their crisp texture while totally maximizing their fragrance.
Which brings us to Section 4, the final flavor balance, the chemistry of citrus.
This right here is a major, game-changing culinary rule for literally any home cook. Adding citrus like lime juice or kaffir lime leaves to a hot pan completely destroys its delicate flavor and those essential oils. It can actually make your dish taste flat or kind of bitter, but adding lime to a cool pan perfectly preserves those bright, fresh notes, giving you that signature Thai pop of flavor.
The source material is super strict about this. They literally say, wait for the pan to cool down before adding lime juice and kaffir lime leaves because heat destroys their flavors. So, trust the experts here. Heat is the ultimate enemy of fresh citrus.
To wrap the whole thing up, just make absolutely sure your pan is cool. Once it is, gently mix in your lime juice and those sliced kaffir lime leaves. Oh, and here's a brilliant pro plating tip from the source. Reserve a few of those bright green kaffir lime leaves to sprinkle on top right before serving.
It gives this gorgeous visual contrast against the rich reds and oranges of the chili paste and shrimp.
So, are you ready to take these simple, structured steps and whip up an elegant, royal culinary experience right in your own kitchen by just separating your ingredients, respecting that low heat for the shrimp fat, and having the patience to let the pan cool before adding citrus? You have officially mastered Saeng Wa Goong. It just goes to show you that complex, historic flavors don't actually require exhausting, all-day techniques. It kind of makes you wonder, what other famously complex dishes out there are just waiting to be simplified with a little bit of structural know-how? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I seriously hope this inspires you to get into the kitchen.